Ladies and gentlemen, all rise for the RankKing's court.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another wonderful episode of the RankKing's Court. I am your host, Austin Moorhead, the Rank King in the flesh himself, along with Noble Knight Greg and Oracle Vo, and we are here following a wonderful, wonderful day that was yesterday, right?
Big day. Big day.
Talk about that, guys. Let's get into it, because I know that I unfortunately was not able to attend. I would have loved to attend. Sadly, had to get on my big boy pants and actually start work. So that's something.
That's disappointing.
Do you own big boy pants? I didn't know that was a thing.
You know what? They are big boy pants, but they're bigger big boy pants because the original big boy pants wouldn't even fit me. So bigger big boy pants.
Big boy.
Okay, bigger big boy pants. I got you.
Bigger big boy pants, yes.
That must be a Walmart brand I didn't know about. But
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, definitely,
Gotcha.
definitely.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah.
Hey, Denny, I was there before you got there, just to let you know.
Yeah, I got there at 6 and I couldn't find anyone that I knew, so I actually hung around for only 20 minutes and then headed back because I wanted to watch the game. So.
Yeah.
Got where? Where were we at, guys?
Oh, yeah, where were we?
Oh,
No, well, yesterday.
Well, yesterday. I was going to say, I mean.
Getting them with this shit.
Well, this is what happens. Yesterday we were at the Yinzer Mob tailgate, which was located in front of Rivers Casino. It was a great event. That a big shout out to Dre, who helped put the event together with the Yinzer Mob.
Good job, Dre.
Dre was the MVP yesterday. I am so proud of him. He called me when I was on my way home, and I told him it was everything that we expected it to be, and it was perfect. And I could tell how happy he was in his voice, and all I could say, Dre, you are an MVP, man. You did a great job yesterday, and we look forward to more of this from you because that was awesome.
Well, not only was the Yinzer Mob involved, but we had our wonderful sponsor cover up that seat. There we go. Coors PGH.
Look at you
wonderful.
Getting it
I'm
right.
getting there.
I'm so
getting there.
proud of you, bud.
But Coors PGH helped out a lot too. A big thing from all parties involved. It was a great showing. A wonderful, I wouldn't even say beatdown though of the Bears, because that game got a lot closer than
it was a rough game.
I have heart palpitations.
Should have been. Stats for that, by the way, in terms of penalties: 12 penalties for 120 yards against the Bears.
What's really sad, honestly, is like half of them were kind of bullshit. Honestly, if I'm being objective, like half of them were kind of bullshit.
But
It
yes,
happens. It happens, though.
a wonderful event that played out perfectly for what we were doing. It was great, wonderful, everything in between, and gotta thank everyone that was involved. It's Dre, that's Smalls, that's Denny, that's Bo. You were there as well too.
I was there first. I didn't find anyone.
You were
when
there
I got
first.
there. I had to
That's
work
true.
the game, so I couldn't stick around.
There you go. And then, gotta thank the Yinzer Bob, gotta thank Coors PGH, gotta thank all the parties involved, and gotta thank the Steelers for a Monday night victory for our show, which is now being hosted on a Victory Tuesday.
Yeah.
So, gotta love that
The
shit.
best kind of Tuesdays.
There are some great Tuesdays, although every Tuesday is pretty great when you have the RankKing's Court that you get to tune into at every 6:30 on Twitch.
Now, exactly when you're being like that, Greg, where is the RankKing's Court actually located?
Well, the Rank King is not located in the Rank King's court because the Rank King has his own palatial estate that he likes to kind of, venture off and all that and
Yeah.
maybe be tormented by a feline running around. But the Rank King's court is live today from Union Fitness Studios, located on the North Shore of Pittsburgh. Union Fitness is more than a traditional gym. It's a place where you can transform yourself inside and out with a variety of classes based around fitness, yoga, strength, and performance training. At Union Fitness, they believe that it is their duty to hold themselves and their clients to a higher standard. They practice what they preach and uphold the values that make Union Fitness the community that it is. Go to unionfitness.com today to sign up for a consultation through Union. There is strength.
And Shrek did it 420 says Big Cat said that draft day is better than the RKC. Just so you all know.
Yeah, that
Danny,
comment.
I don't
Let's-
know.
let's-
I would have to see video proof of that.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like all video proof was supposed to be deleted on his part, so.
That's
I
true.
could be
So
wrong.
I guess
Yeah.
we'll never know.
Yeah, we'll never know.
But
But
Big
Matt-
Cat, if you're watching, thanks for stopping by the tailgate.
Yeah, we appreciate
Oh
it.
yeah. Let's talk about what we had last week, since we were just getting into a little bit of Steelers Bears. Last week we had which is now technically classified as our mid-season of the NFL season for 2021. The MVP awards do not look good.
Yeah.
After the day after, I obviously had Matt Stafford in at first. And the Rams played a very uncharacteristically bad game against the Titans. And not only them, this seemed to be there's always one odd week in the NFL where just teams that aren't supposed to win.
Real
And I
quick-
think the biggest, go ahead.
Real quick, but I just want to run through this top 10 because everyone on this list either played bad or did not play.
Yeah, I know.
Which is
It's
kind
not
of
looking-
hilarious.
That is kind of funny.
Which is kind of hilarious when you think about it.
It's not looking good on my part, but like I
No.
said, last week was a bettor's nightmare in terms of that. I can't imagine how much money I blew on just bad predictions.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Don't worry, Denny lost way more on gambling than you did, so you're fine.
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job, Denny.
Mhm.
Gamble better.
But yeah, I think the biggest one we got to talk about that happened yesterday, or I should say 2 days ago, the Buffalo Bills dropping a huge L to the Jacksonville Jaguars.
You want to take this one, bud?
That was just a rough game. Josh Allen from the Jaguars outperformed your MVP, Josh Allen.
Yeah, if I had to listen to that one more time on
right.
Red Zone, hey, Josh Allen, sacks Josh Allen. Oh, Josh Allen. Shut the it was
First
fine.
time he sacked him, first time he picked him off, and what else did he do? Recovered a fumble
they
or something like that?
Recovered a fumble,
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah.
Shout
But
out to Good Morning Football who picked the picture of Josh Allen sacking Josh Allen as their frame of the week, by the way, to basically encapsulate everything that was Week 9.
yeah, they it was fine the first time, but then like a bad dad joke, it just kept happening and kept happening and kept happening, and it's all I heard all the time, and I just wanted to throw something at my TV because I was so sick of hearing it. But yes, I have a lot of people that are Bills fans. I had to check up on them after that because I thought, they willingly put themselves through tables, but you got to figure how many tables it would have to go through to get over something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, the Steelers would have done the same thing,
Yeah.
though.
I also think
They're basically, Steelers and Bills are kind of the same.
I also think, Bud, that you have officially started a Cincinnati Bengals curse because you talked about how good they were, and the last 2 weeks they have not looked great.
Good. I love it. I will gladly.
Yeah, you want to apologize for that one.
I'll swallow my pride and immediately approve that because maybe that's what I was planning on all along.
Sneaky.
Sneaky.
Wait, Austin,
But-
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Where's your crown?
Well, as we all know, it is a certain style of show today.
It is.
So-
It is very much so.
So, without further ado,
Oh, it's back.
Oh, baby.
He's back.
Oh, baby.
the crown is being polished right now. So
that's
I had
fair.
to take the prime opportunity to get into something that the people love. Let's give something to the people.
Give the
And,
people what they want.
Gotta give it to them. And I decided we haven't done a Pokemon episode since our 25th episode, I believe. And we are on episode 55. So 30 episodes later, we're finally getting into the next chapter of the Pokemon saga. We've already talked Kanto. We've talked Johto. Now we are going to talk the Hoenn League.
Oh, my favorite one.
Love this. This was my actual favorite of the Game Boy Advance games that I played with Emerald, Sapphire, and Ruby.
Okay.
I love these games more than I actually love Fire Red and Leaf Green. And they're somewhere at my old place, and I'm pretty sure that all I need is a Game Boy, and I'll get right back into that shit because I did it in college, and I'll gladly do it again.
Yeah,
so.
Austin, I'll give you credit for this one because you are right. What I appreciated about those games is it introduced Team Magma and Team Aqua, which were really cool because we were so used to Team Rocket and all the other games as well. So it was nice to add new, like, evil groups involved with it too. And depending on which game you got, one was the good team and one was the bad team, which was, I thought, pretty unique.
It's true. Or you could have gotten Emerald, and you got the best of both worlds, which I really enjoyed a lot of it because, you know, in Fire Red and Leaf Green, you really didn't get a game that was in between. You know, it was kind of annoying because on certain games, you could only catch certain Pokemon.
Mhm.
And this one, it became available to all regions, which was amazing. And personally, I've been doing a lot more of the Pokemon going as of late. Actually, just caught a Lugia today. So.
Oh yeah, it's pretty fun to have that happen actually, so I'll give you credit.
But there's a lot that I have to get into about this because I love this season. I love everything that was going on. So let's get right into it, guys, if you have no objections. So.
Nah. Let's go on.
I
Yeah,
feel like
we'll move on.
I feel like if I did have an objection, the king would overrule me in some way. So.
Once you start the
That's
ranking,
what I was
Greg,
getting at. So it doesn't.
Greg might object once you start the rankings.
Yeah, I feel like so.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. It doesn't fucking matter because we're going anyway. So
Yeah.
let's get into radical ranking number 1. One new thing I have brought into these episodes of Pokemon is this ranking, because I feel like all the other ones, they're kind of the same thing, but we have never really ranked Ash's Pokemon
That's
from
true.
the series. So if you don't
Spicy.
know,
I like this.
he always carries Pikachu. So that's automatically 1, and you can only carry 6. So I thought, you know, since these are 5, he has 5 Hoenn Pokemon. Let's get right into this and rank all of his Pokemon that he has carried with him throughout the Hoenn region. So,
And what's unique about this one too is I remember specifically this series in particular was that he made it apparent that he only was bringing Pikachu into the Hoenn region. So every Pokemon he was using throughout the way was just his Hoenn. He wasn't bringing anyone else for this, which I thought was pretty cool.
yeah, because we kind of got like, you know, when Johto even, you know, Squirtle, Bulbasaur, he had Charizard that would make an appearance. But this one, you're right, Greg, he makes all new Pokemon friends. Let's start off with number 5, Glalie.
I forgot he had Glalie.
Yeah, this is because he caught the original like evolution or the starter
Snow-Run.
Snow-Run, yeah.
Mhm.
Wasn't really a big fan of Snow-Run, but for me, Glalie reminds me a lot of the ice version of Cloyster. So much in terms of it's almost, if you combined, now the level with me here because this is about to get in a whole rabbit hole. If you take Cloyster, Gengar, and the ice type and you throw it all into one, this reminds me so much of Glalie.
Cloyster is a nice type though.
It is. It's water/ice though. So
Ah, okay. I got you. Yeah. You know what? You're right. You're right. I do see it. It basically looks like Gengar if Gengar was a ball of ice.
right.
I do remember him from previous episodes.
Mhm.
So I would agree with that take, Austin.
So another thing that's interesting, especially for the Hoenn region, is you have more diverse Pokemon types that duel. And what I mean by that is that you always have two specific types in one certain Pokemon. I think there's only about a couple, I think, that are just one type, which is awesome because that gives you more variety in terms of this. Yes. But Glalie, I mean, it's there. It's not really like the biggest thing in my honest opinion. And honestly, I'll say this. It took Ash Ketchum 10 years and being still 10 years old to be the Pokemon champion. So I feel like I could wipe the floor with him in my sleep if I really had the chance.
Wow.
So,
Beating up a 10-year-old, rude.
That Birdman said, gosh, I never watched any of the Hoenn ones. So this will be a learning experience for you and me.
The Hoenn ones were honestly, they were underrated. I like vaguely remember the beginning of the series because it was like around the time that I don't even know how long ago it was too, but yeah, like I vaguely remember the series coming out with that because I remember Ruby and Sapphire being a big deal.
Let's move on to number 4. Probably no, I won't say the weirdest one because let's do second weirdest for this one. Corphish at number 4.
This was the Hoenn version of Krabby, basically.
Yes, 100%. I never knew why Ash didn't evolve this thing at all. It had the opportunity to evolve multiple times, and I remember that it would see other Pokemon evolving, and it would get pissed that Ash wasn't evolving it. So
I mean, it makes sense.
But in fairness, Ash was also the type of person that he never forced an evolution. Because I mean, if we go to the OG series, he could have evolved Pikachu into a Raichu if he wanted to, and he just didn't.
True.
So.
But then he wouldn't have understood, number 1, the power of friendship. Ugh. And
that's your favorite thing.
It's so stupid. Yugi, the power of friendship.
We're the power of friendship.
Hey, Heart of the Cards and Power of Friendship. They are two things that guide you in life. Nothing wrong with that.
That's all a bunch of bullshit. No, doesn't matter. Time is irrelevant. Nothing exists. We're all in a freaking dimension that's not our own. But Corphish coming in at number 4 for this. Really, the only thing I was really considering, it won battles, but the Crab Hammer, a move unique to its own that I appreciated so much, kind of reminds you of almost just like a seismic toss or a takedown, but in one hand. So, well, the fact that it's a small little crab and it can do that shit, it puts it above Glalie.
Now, is it a seismic toss, or is that how they pronounce it in Pokemon Stadium when it's seismic toss?
Oh, it's so stupid. I hate people. You won. Shut the fuck up. No, I didn't. Number 3, we'll get into. This is the weirdest one for me. Personally, because just so many memes have come out with it.
Yeah.
Number 3, Torkoal.
I thought Torkoal was awesome.
He looks pretty awesome.
Yeah. He's basically, it's like I can't even, I'm trying to figure this out, but it's basically like a weird hybrid of if Squirtle wasn't standing upright, and then you also had, Rapidash's flames on its back, essentially.
You could also just say it's a fire turtle, but I get what you're saying.
He tried to make it sound cooler.
Yeah.
It's not.
This looks pretty cool to me.
Yeah.
This thing was scared of literally everything. It cried all the damn time. And there was a particular episode where they were on a boat and it jumped in the water. It's a fire type Pokemon.
Yeah, that's a bad idea. Bad.
How'd that work out?
Not good, especially since it's a turtle and it has a shell that is a lot of weight. So it started sinking to the bottom of the ocean. So not a good look for it. I'm surprised it was able to be recovered. But
Miss Morgan wants one. She said he's cute.
Metalhead Moro says he's just a lovable little spicy shell puppy.
That's
a great way to put it. Yeah,
that's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
We might have to start playing Pokemon Go so we can catch them.
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta download that shit, man. I'm telling you. I literally walk, I don't know how many miles a day just doing this. So, I loved. It's a weird Pokemon, but I love Torkoal, and that's why it's a number 3. Let's move on to number 2, the Hoenn equivalent of Pidgeot, Swellow.
I remember when I think Taylor was the first Hoenn Pokemon he actually caught, too.
He was,
Yeah.
yes. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, in Kanto, I don't know if it was the Pidgey he first caught or the Caterpie. I can't really remember
You mean
which one.
Yeah, Indigo League was Caterpie, because Caterpie he didn't have to battle.
Right, that's true. But yeah, Swellow, there's not really anything great about it. I just personally really like the design. And I also appreciate that it looks darker. It looks a lot like more fierce than a Pidgeot would. But it's also faster, and it can learn steel type moves too, like Steel Wing, which
That's
Pidgeot,
true.
yes, it can. It's not the same thing. It's just not. But
I do see what you mean by now about this this version being very different, just with all the different combination of styles that you could have with your Pokemon, which I appreciate.
right, like I mean, it just looks cooler. Like I don't know. That's just what I feel. It's not really a great understanding of it.
Yeah,
but
that's how I pick my Pokemon.
Yeah.
By
Well,
the
also,
way they look.
well,
They
actually,
look cool.
well, actually, to add to that, I'm pretty sure Hoenn is the region that Pikachu learned Iron Tail.
I believe it was too. So I don't believe you're wrong on that, Greg. And the number one, I mean, this guy was the OG gangster type. This is Skeptile.
I was expecting you to go with Trico, actually.
Well, I
He's
went
number
with
6.
Yeah.
So,
Right?
Bo, for what you don't know, which obviously you don't because you know outside a lot too. But you know,
yeah, I
if
played
you did
outside all the
Pokemon
time.
Go, you would be outside.
Exactly, which is perfect for
That's
you.
true. Might have to
But-
download it.
Trico is the starter evolution of Grovyle, which then evolves into Skeptile. This is one of the original ones you could have picked between Mudkip, Torchic, and Trico. And this Pokemon just reminded me of so much of his past Pokemon, but wrapped all into one. It had the cool style frenzy-like demeanor of Squirtle. It had the innocent factor of Bulbasaur, and it had the I'm going to do whatever the hell I want style of Charmander. All wrapped into one Pokemon. I mean, this thing literally had a twig in its mouth like a cigarette every fucking
that was
test.
that was the one thing that like made Trico apart from all of them. For some reason, when he first caught him, like he always kept it in his mouth throughout anything. Even when he released him from his Pokeball, he always still had the same twig.
That's pretty funny.
It would be like-
It kind of looks like Reptar, in a way.
Okay.
That's what I'm comparing them to.
That's an interesting pick.
Same color.
Round of applause, Bo.
Oh my god.
This reminds me a lot if you would like be under the tree, you worked all day outside, you want to take a break, you sit under the shade, almost like you have a hat on, and you just put like a little like toothpick in your mouth, just relaxing. This is what that reminds me of, this Pokemon. It's awesome. And the only Pokemon that can learn the move Leaf Blade, which I love so much. It's almost compare that if you had you see the daggers almost on its arms. It would use this move and they would light up, and it would strike someone like this, almost like a bow.
Oh, okay.
But with a leaf blade, literally. Like, it was awesome.
It was badass, actually. I will agree on that one.
Yeah, Chip and Morgan thinks he looks like Reptar too, so I'm not alone.
I don't think. Okay. So
They played outside too.
That was interesting. Let's get on to our second radical ranking, ladies and gentlemen. All right, boys and girls, this is one that I have done for the previous two. I'm going to stick with it because it is such an easy one to do and such a wonderful one to do. The top Hoenn gym leaders.
Something I did appreciate about the Hoenn gym leaders, and I vaguely remember playing Sapphire with this one, is that I remember with Johto, we got into like kind of the obscure, like Pokemon type leaders for that one. This one, it got back more to like the OG ones,
Okay.
which I appreciated to that point. So yeah, I'm excited to see where you got with this.
Yeah, there's a lot of you could argue that, and there's also differential things that make these gym leaders good in aspect and make them different. So let's get into the first one. A gym leader that relies solely on normal types, the first of its kind. This is Norman.
I'm trying to, yeah, and Bud, I'm actually trying to remember. I don't remember the order for a lot of these guys, for some reason. Just cause I mean this was kind of a newer one. Do you know which one Norman was?
In terms of what gym he was, I believe.
Well, I meant like like the order of the gyms. So like you know how like.
Yeah, I think he was the 4th or 5th gym leader.
Okay.
I want to say he was the 5th gym leader.
Okay, gotcha.
And this is an interesting one because we've never seen a gym leader rely on normal types, because we figure that normal is almost like the most basic type and has so many different it doesn't like, it could learn a lot of moves that can be super effective, but it also can have just as many. So it's very interesting to go on. But Norman holds a keen ability for this. His main Pokemon is Slacking, which
Slacking is so cool.
he is legitimately just a giant sloth with muscles, but he's lazy as shit. And what Norman is able to do is that every Slacking kind of has like that yawn factor, like they really don't want to do anything. But Norman is able to take that and reverse it to where Slacking is motivated and wants to do stuff, which is, you could train a Slacking to do that. God forbid you're already in the best of the best.
Right.
I mean, me personally, like my highest level Pokemon in Pokemon Go is Slacking. And the bad thing is,
really? Huh.
Yes, it's about 36 something. But the bad part is that its normal attack is Yawn, which does
that's a great attack.
That's like a Snorlax type move, actually.
Yep. Which it does no damage, and I can't teach it another move. So
it doesn't want
I
to learn
have
another move, basically.
It doesn't. Yeah. It doesn't. So I have to just yawn my way into my secondary attack, which is it's. But the fact that Norman is able to reverse that and have, I mean, he holds most of the Pokemon that evolve. He has a Vigoroth, which evolves into a Slacking. He has a Lanoon, which is almost like a weasel type Pokemon, and then he has a Spinda, which is a bear with like spinners for eyes. It's very weird.
Oh, okay, I've seen that one, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you can do that with your Slacking, by all means, you're already in set, man. Let's move on to number 4, which I believe is the 4th gym leader. Flannery.
I do vaguely remember Flannery. She was fire, right?
Yes.
Okay.
She is the quote-unquote Spitfire gym leader. Always perky, but all ready to kick your ass in like a second.
Hence the name, huh?
Yes. Which I love also that a lot of these gym leaders, their names, which has been in terms of Pokemon forever, play on the types of their Pokemon. We saw that in the Indigo and like the first league, where you had names such as Lieutenant Surge, who was the electric type. And now in this one, you get Norman, the normal type Pokemon.
That's pretty hilarious, actually.
Yeah. And you have Flannery, which is, fire. And I loved, she is awesome, man. I can't really like say in other like things, I guess, what she's just awesome. I'm trying to.
You used to have a crush on her, didn't you?
I have the way that he's like
crush,
the way that he's like kind of going back and forth on this one. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting with this. Yeah.
Hey, man. Whatever.
Surprised she's not number 1.
I mean, you can't be a little biased with it. So Flannery holds various Pokemon, including the Torkoal that we talked about. She holds what is known as the Slugma, which is a weird type of Pokemon. It is a fire slug.
Oh, I've seen
literally
that in Pokemon Go a lot, yeah.
Yeah, made of lava. And I believe her number 1 is the evolved form of that, which is Magcargo, which is another kind of like it's a snail almost, but with a lava body and a kind of I'm trying to like a giant rock tire shell. I don't know.
Well, yeah,
but
most snails have like the shell on their back as like
yeah,
the way as like their defense mechanism, but it's basic. But it also has like lava encircled in it essentially.
yeah. But I don't know. I loved like just the energy she brought in the show, and I loved facing her, especially since I didn't have to answer a bunch of riddles and everything like I did in the first game to get to Blaine. So stupid, even though they were so easy. But let's move on to number 3. Her name is so I'm gonna try to pronounce this. Winona. No. Winona.
Winona, you know, like the actress Winona Ryder.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, just the way you pronounce that.
yeah, it's hard. I'm working here.
That's okay, bud. It's okay.
But
Kings don't read.
That's true. We don't. We pay people we delegate to read.
Exactly.
She specializes in a very unique type of Pokemon, which has not been seen in gyms, the flying type. So a lot of bird Pokemon she associates with. She had a Swellow, as we talked about already. She had one of the oddest Pokemon. I'm just looking at it. Pelipper, which was a giant pelican.
Is this the one with like the giant mouth on it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Its mouth makes up like 75% of the body, and it's so weird. And finally, Altaria, which is awesome because it also is part dragon, and it's literally a bird in a cloud. So
I get that one in Pokemon Go. You need like 400 candies in order to evolve it. It's a pain in the ass. Yeah.
I am 325, 326. So I'm close. I'm a lot closer than I am with that than I am my Magikarp. I'm getting there.
Garp.
It's so stupid. I need like 400 candies for that. And I'm on a 275. Like it's just so annoying.
Just make it your buddy. You'll get all.
It is my buddy. I walk 0.5 miles and it gets a candy every time. So, yeah. But I wanted to put this one in there just because we never really see the flying type, and especially just with birds. I mean, we never really saw that at all. So that's unique, and I just love Altaria. I mean, it's one of the best Pokemon in Hoenn. So we'll move on to number 2, the dual team of Tate and Lisa.
Just from the art that Vo is having on the screen right here, I love that it's the sun and the moon Pokemon. I think that's really cool.
I believe, if I remember correctly, it was a show. They were brought up in like a Shogun type of thing, like very ancestral, and a lot of it having to do with, yin and yang being sun and moon. Solrock and Lunva, I believe. I don't know if that's right or not. I never really caught the other one, but it's they are mostly psychic type Pokemon. So again, a lot of like meditation, calming. Brings an interesting dynamic in here because it this reminds me a lot of, going back to, the Yugi, the Yu-Gi-Oh. This reminds me a lot of Paris and Doc.
I love that episode.
It's like you wonder how many times they jump in the air and flip.
Yeah. Gay Guardian was always a card that I wish I could find, but I never could.
Always had Sanga. I never had the other one. So, but this was a dual type, a double team, which it was interesting because in certain games you would fight with somebody, but in other games you would throw 2 Pokemon out at a time, which goes a long way. But again, a lot of these are psychic types, which can easily be countered with ghost or dark types. But overall, I love the aspect of the characters. I love the whole sun and moon, yin and yang ordeal. And that's why they're number 2. And finally, at number 1, Hoenn. The proverbial last gym leader in the Hoenn region, specializes in water-type Pokemon. Which you always...
They talk about an easy one, jeez.
Well, you figure. But He has a individual Pokemon on here that I was very shocked when I first played, and I say shocked because he had something known as a Wish Cache. And Wish Cache is water and ground.
Oh, that's some
weird type.
bullshit. Yeah.
So I would throw out, my Manectric, which was the electric dog Pokemon, and it would go, it's not affected. And I would go, how? It's a water type. And I found out later it's part ground.
That's when you go to the grass.
Yep, that's the only Pokemon that can beat this is a grass type, which is interesting to say the least. But his main Pokemon, aside from the Wish Cache, is Kingdra, the water dragon type Pokemon that I've never really been a huge fan of Kingdra, but the design of it compared to, Horsey and Seadra, and just giving it the whole dragon aspect of it makes me a huge, huge fan of it now, like growing up. So Hoenn had numerous amount of Pokemon, and he is also the father to one, I believe, Wilson, something his name started, Wallace, who, turns out to be the champion at the end of Emerald.
Oh, okay.
So,
by the way, I love how you say his name. Hoenn. You have to take like a deep breath in order to actually like say it properly.
Exactly. But yes, he is my number one. And I wanted to leave enough time because, as you all know, the great debate is up, and it's coming up next. You know the drill by now with this Pokemon theme, guys. It is time to assemble your Hoenn team. And I want to make it very clear from the get-go. No legendaries.
You're no fun. You're
no legendaries.
You're no fun.
I mean,
and also,
you act like I know who's legendary, though.
Well, I'll let you know. Trust me. No legendaries and also no mythical. That is something else that is being brought to the table. There's a distinct difference. Those two are off the table. So you will have to find other means.
You're no fun.
I just make the rules, man.
That was like his I don't give a fuck burp.
Yeah.
I love it.
Basically.
Keep calm. That's all you gotta do, man. As my Snorlax shirt says, just gotta keep calm. Now I know that Forager might be working.
Yeah, he's not watching right now.
Of course he isn't. Unless he's supposed to be some kind of he becomes the ranking for one episode and then doesn't watch. Wow.
He didn't become no. That wasn't for one episode. That was just one weekend.
Yeah. We'll just go in the order of the board then. So it goes Austin, Greg, me.
We'll do that then. I will take one of the coolest designed Pokemon around. It is fire/fighting.
Oh, I hate you.
You got it. Give me Blaziken.
Damn it. That's who I was gonna go with.
It is by far the best of the trio starter final evolutions, and it is literally, imagine just a giant ass kickboxer, but it can know fire moves too.
That sounds pretty sweet.
That is. So Blaziken for my number one.
Sorry, Greg, you should have went first. My bad.
Why?
Because you were going to take him.
Oh, that's okay.
I don't want Austin to have him.
That's okay.
I
It happens.
apologize.
It happens.
All right, Greg.
I am going to take combination of Steel and Psychic. Give me Metagross.
Yeah, that was the other option. It was either, that's what I thought of at first, and I was like, I have to take Blaziken. But Metagross, again, one of the most badass Pokemon around.
I have him in Pokemon Go. He's one of my strongest guys, so
I have not found him in Pokemon Go. It's so I don't even know where I would go to find him.
You have to get the Bedlam, like the starter. Like you get him in eggs.
Oh, of course. Fucking eggs. All right, though.
All right. That Birdman says coming out strong. Wait till you see this pick. I don't know if this is a good one or not, but I'm going to go with Flygon.
That is a great pick,
Yeah,
actually.
that's good. I
All
like
right,
that.
Perfect.
A flying type Pokemon, but it is dragon and ground, which kind of takes thunder attacks out of the way as in terms of beating it. I really think the only moves that can really hurt it are ice and other dragons, which good on you, man. That's a good one to pick. I will be going next, and I would be a fool if I did not take probably the best dragon in this entire draft class of Pokemon. Give me Salamence.
Ooh, good pick.
I have a Shelgon and I have a Bagon in Pokemon Go, and all I want is a goddamn Salamence. It's so hard to get.
Yeah, it doesn't take long though. I think it's like 100 candy that you need. So
Yeah, it's the process though, Greg. It's the process.
you're not into the process.
Listen, a lot of times I love to trust the process. I get very, very impatient when it comes to my Pokemon.
I can
But
tell.
I get it. Yeah, Salamence at number 2 for me. Greg, what do you got?
Combination Steel and Rock that also can learn Thunder if you train it properly. Give me Aggron.
Yeah, so you're going with a lot of these steel types. I'm gonna think that maybe my Blaziken has the edge here already.
Well, I'll mix it up. It's just like some ones that right off the get-go that I like. So that's where I'm leaning.
I do not hate Aggron though. It literally looks like a giant dinosaur
Basically, yeah.
that was unfossilized, and it looks amazing.
And also, Metagross can also learn Psychic moves as well.
That's
Same.
true. That's true. All right. What do you got for your next big one, Vo?
Next big one, we're going to go with Pelipper.
Oh, the weird one.
The
Okay.
weird one.
The weird one?
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
It looks pretty sweet.
Yeah, he's
looks
fun.
awesome.
He's fun. I will give you that.
I get it. I'm not a huge fan of Pelipper. I think there's quite a few other birds and flying types that, it's inaccurate. I'll say that. But it's your pick. I'm not going to discredit it. So
We take everybody here.
We do.
oh, is that okay?
We do.
Okay. Alrighty. I'm up for my third one, and I'm looking around, and I might as well grab probably one of my favorite ghost types ever. I'm gonna take Dusclops here.
Good pick.
Yeah.
I like him a lot.
It's such a weird Pokemon, but I also am thinking ahead of time. I can train it. And not only that, I can mega evolve it into one of the best ghost types around, Dusknoir. I have like 3 of them from the Halloween thing that was going on. But I love Dusclops. It's very sluggish. It's not your normal fast type ghost type like Gengar or Haunter. But it is sort of a Pokemon that you can throw out there and deal some damage that happens over time, which it has the health and stamina to get through all of that. So I'm thinking ahead here. I'm thinking smart.
Yeah.
I already have kind of 2 fast ones. Let's get a bulkier and kind of annoying one to go along with against other people's hit points. Greg.
So I do agree with you, Austin. I got some kind of 2 gargantuan types, so I'm gonna go with a little leaner, little faster, but it's gonna be a psychic / fairy type. Give me a Gardevoir.
That's kind of wish I would have went there, but I wanted to get my ghost, and I understand. Gardevoir is probably one of the best Pokemon in the Hoenn region. Its combination of fairy and psychic gives it a whole new meaning, and it's a big proponent of the move. I want to say it's the Pokemon that can do attract, and it can hit literally 100% every time, no matter what it is. So that's not a bad pick, Greg.
Thank you.
It's a decent pick.
Okay.
What do you got, Bo?
My third pick, we are going to go with Walrein. Walrein.
Not a bad one either. Okay.
Mm.
This is definitely shaping a lot better than your other drafts, though. I will say for the Pokemon ones.
Are we doing 4 or 5?
4.
4.
Let's do. Do we want to do? I mean, it's only 7:15. We want to do 6. Get a decent
6.
team.
That's aggressive, but
All right, we can do 6.
Might as well. We're getting a team.
Okay, we're doing 6. All right.
He thinks his team's bad. That's why.
Apparently,
That's what
yeah.
it is.
Yeah, jeez.
Wait, no, I think my team's bad.
Yeah, that's what it is. You're like, my team's kind of weak. I need more people.
So I want to make. You are going with the seal type, right? The seal Pokemon.
Yeah,
Ring?
of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure because there's also another Pokemon that almost sounds the exact same, and I didn't want to throw it off. I'm gonna go with. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it. I didn't want to take 2 starters here, but I think I'm gonna go with my grass type here, and I'm gonna swipe up Sceptile.
I'm pretty sure, by the way, but it's Sceptile.
You also could be correct.
Yeah. Like scepter for a king.
Scepter,
Yeah,
yes.
exactly. Yeah.
Something that I definitely should consider getting to keep you guys in line. So
I don't know.
We're always in line. You're the one that's out of line.
Yeah. I don't know how that's gonna.
I don't need to not be out of line when I'm the goddamn king. But yes, I will go with Sceptile
There you go.
as my number 4 here.
Mm-hmm.
What do you got now, Greg?
Since Ash wouldn't evolve in my will, give me Crawdaunt.
Yeah, I think it's probably one of the best water type Pokemon around that you can get.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't hate that. Also, you got to figure the Crab Hammer comes a huge play into that. So
Yep.
not a bad pick,
Mhm.
good sir.
Thank you.
Votash.
Hold on. I'm trying to figure out how you spell that.
CRAWDAUNT.
T-A.
This is your true spelling test.
Spelling Pokemon.
Yeah.
I love
These are just made up words.
I love that.
Number 4. Let's go with. Who did I have on my list? Zigzagoon. Little raccoon looking thing.
And there it is. There's where Vose comes in third.
We're off. We're off the wheel now.
I just like the name.
Yeah. I don't know, Bo. That could be your HM Pokemon, I guess. I don't know. Oh boy. Okay. Move on then. I will. See, now we're getting to the nitty gritty here, but I think I'm gonna swipe up this one. I'm gonna take Melodic.
Okay.
Yeah, think of it this way. It is the Hoenn's answer to the Magikarp Gyarados. You get a small fish known as a Phoebus.
It's an ugly looking fish too, which is hilarious.
Which is funny. Greg's right, because it is one of the ugliest Pokemon in the game, and yet it evolves into probably one of the most beautiful water type and ice type Pokemon that walks the face of the earth.
That's what annoys me. Melodic looks like it should be a dragon, but it's not.
Yeah, I would consider it more in thinking, since we're comparing to Yu-Gi-Oh so much, I would consider this more of a serpent, like a sea serpent type.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
So, but yes, I can understand, because it literally is just a more evolved Dragonair, and Dragonair is a dragon type.
Basically, yeah.
So I get where you're coming from with that. But yeah, I will go with Melodic. And how many do I have left? One.
Yeah,
okay.
one more.
Yeah, one more, bud.
Greg's got 2. I got 2.
I'm gonna get my fire type out of the way. Give me Camerupt.
Yeah, it's a tank. Can take a lot of damage, but I know that it's probably the one move that can probably knock it out a lot is just a water type, because I believe it is fire/ground.
It is technically, yeah, it is fire/ground, but I want to be able to diversify my lineup, so that's the way I'm leaning towards.
Yeah, and you can also smoke marshmallows over it.
I really could, yeah.
These are smart things we're thinking of, boys. So, all right, Bo. How are you gonna follow up Zigzagoon?
Speaking of smart things, I liked what you said about this guy, his little yawning attack. So we're gonna go with slacking.
Now that's I don't hate the pick, but you gotta get it motivated.
I
That's
can
the
do
thing.
that. I get you going here.
That's true.
You'd be nothing without me.
You call me lazy?
Well,
You couldn't join the Zoom call without me, so you're welcome.
Your words. We'll move on. And now there's a lot of thinking for this next one. I'm looking here. I got my fire, got my dragon, ghost, grass, and water. And it seems that I could go in 2 different directions here. I'm looking. It's a tough one now. This might be either a steal of the draft. This isn't where I lose it. I'm trying to think if I want to go hit point diversion or if I want to go speed. And I think the way that I have my team set up right now, I have to go speed. So I'm going to take my electric type and I'm going to take Manectric.
I figured you were going to go that route.
Yeah, it's just, there's another Pokemon out there and I'll be surprised maybe if nobody takes it, but it's not fast. The other one's not fast, but it is primarily probably one of the biggest hit point Pokemon that are in there. So, but I got, speed kills.
Yeah,
so
that's fair.
And I didn't have an electric type.
No.
So
You need help spelling this one, bud? Or you got it?
I think I got it.
Okay. My last one.
Better.
My last one is going to be my ghost type. Give me Sableye.
Fuck that thing.
Yeah,
I hate
How do
that.
you spell that one?
I never, Greg, the amount of times that I've hatched a Sableye makes me so frustrated at it. It's not like, it's just so small. Like, I don't expect it to. Now, the mega evolution of it is fantastic, but it's just not, it doesn't have a lot of hit points. It's actually not that fast, surprisingly, of how small it is. So it's weird, but I'll give you credit with it. It's one that people rely on a lot, and I just don't get why.
Yeah, I think it's because it basically reminds people of Gengar if he decided to go on a diet.
Yeah, I guess. Also, since we're doing this, I'm going to do a breaking news real quick. Sam Darnold expect to miss multiple weeks with a fractured scapula.
Oh. Okay.
Which is
which by the way, you were dressed up as someone who famously likes to
Weezer.
who likes
Ow, my scapula.
He says that perfectly.
It's a Sam Darnold story, people. Jesus Christ, I hate him. We'll move on. So 2 teams are complete. Vo,
Saving the best for last.
This is your chance of redemption here.
We're gonna go with Puccina.
Pucciana. He's going with some normals. I'll give him that.
I would have selected. Okay, that's fine. All right. So, as always, we will put these up on social for the public to judge of which one has the best Hoenn team.
It's gonna be me again. Always is.
So if it is you, it's a shock to the system that needs corrected so much. I really believe that Greg and I's team could put up a decent fight against each other.
Yeah.
There are some heavy hitters on yours, Vo, but there are 2 in particular that I think could easily maybe fall. But
would you have taken Myena over Puccina?
I'll tell you one that I would have taken, and it was the other one I was deciding, was Hariyama.
Me too. I love him. He's a
Which is the almost like a sumo wrestler as a Pokemon.
I missed that Berman's comments. It could have helped me out with that last pick.
I also considered taking a Whalmer just because of how big of a Pokemon it is.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And Vo, if you would know, if you read off the comments, you can't take them. So
I would have read it to myself.
That
You would have known that.
Nope, that still counts. I can't even read. We will be definitely considering all those teams, and so will you, because you'll vote. You'll decide which one is the best. The graphics will be up on our socials. until then, right now, what we're going to do is I'm going to crack open another Coors. We're going to take a commercial break, and we'll be right back with our top 10 ranking of the evening.
For our Movember pushing campaign.
November is mental health awareness for men.
Sometimes you gotta go back to actually move forward. And I don't mean going back to reminisce or chase ghosts. I mean going back to see where you came from, where you been, how you got here, see where you're going. I know there are those that say you can't go back. Yes, you can. Just have to live in the right place.
Ladies and gentlemen, the commercial you just witnessed is what we are all about this month. As for those that do not know, November is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. So we are jumping on doing our sophomore year, so to speak, of the Movember campaign that we are doing here at Thoughts from the Bench. All of the spots that you can donate to our Movember campaign are on our channels. They are on our website. They are on every aspect, really, of Thoughts from the Bench that we provide here for you, the audience. Please donate or just get interested in the topic. We very much enjoy doing this, and we love that, I can try to spruce up a good mustache, but it won't ever happen.
Greg's got one going.
Yeah, this is only 9 days.
Yeah, it's
so
not too bad. By the end of the month, we'll see.
It'll look like
We'll
something.
see it.
It'll look like something. That's all I care about.
I need to start taking stuff, man, because I just can't grow
Put a
facial
fake
hair.
one on. No one will know.
Yeah. Well, wait, more
Neither-
Austin, how often do you shave, honestly?
Like every 2 weeks.
Okay. Someone told me that if you shave weekly, that apparently that helps with it. So that's kind of a lesson I tried to do. I don't know. Maybe that'll help.
Did I miss anything for the campaign? Greg, did you want to take on anything?
Just real quick, if you donate to the channel during any of our shows, half of those proceeds will be going to the Movember campaign at the end of the month. Every single piece of way you can donate. We are trying to beat our total from last year, which was $312. We even have an idea that we want to try to double it.
Yeah,
actually,
that'd be nice.
It would be nice, and it goes to a great cause. It goes to the nonprofit, which is the Movember website, which will donate towards men's mental health awareness, and not just that, but also other men's issues. Prostate cancer and anything else that could potentially come up. So we take a lot of pride in this campaign that we do every month. We like to try to grow a facial hair because obviously it's hard to do. But
who doesn't like mustaches?
Who doesn't like mustaches, really?
And even if you can't donate, just go out there, share the link.
Mm-hmm.
Just spread the word.
Or
That's all we're trying to do here.
And if you can also, just don't shave for a month. And if people ask why, say it's Movember.
There you go.
Metalhead Moro, thank you.
Shout out Metalhead Moro.
1, 2, 3, 4, 500 bits. Thank you, kind sir. Half of that will be going towards our Movember campaign.
And I heard he's going to grow a mustache.
I heard that too.
Oh, Foringer's in the chat.
Wow. Better
Perfect
late
time.
than never.
You missed Foringer. I won the great debate again.
No, you didn't.
Reigning champ.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Yeah.
But yes, all those issues that we point toward, we love the support. We love doing this. So please either donate or just get researched on the topic, because mental health for men is so important to us as an organization. Right now, it's the final ranking of the night. And this is going to be maybe interesting, maybe controversial. But
I wouldn't
these
expect
names,
nothing less, bud.
here we go. But we're going to talk the top 10 Hoenn Pokemon.
This had to have been difficult.
It was, very much so. There are multiple, if you're going to describe it in a tier, there are multiple S tier Pokemon for Hoenn. And it is really, really hard to narrow all those down. But I think I did a half decent job. So,
Don't pat yourself on the back just yet, bud.
He probably drafted all his top 10 too.
Yeah.
That's normal.
I will say that maybe some of us drafted some that were in the top 10. Let's start off with one that you took, Mr. Ryan Votash. Number 10, Slacking.
I've never seen a Slacking actually standing up straight.
Well, so this is Norman's. This is Norman's Slacking.
Oh, we're on the hype train, Austin.
Woo!
Shout out the Foreigner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 600 bits.
Half will go to our Movember campaign. Appreciate it, bud.
Thank you.
Foreigner, you know
sir.
you want to grow the mustache out too.
I thought he was already growing out a mustache. He had the beard.
He usually has a beard, but the mustache, that's a whole nother.
If he's got a
Hold on,
copy of the
story.
ranking, he knows he can't grow any facial hair. So we're good.
That's true.
Slacking at number 10. Yes, it is one of the most difficult Pokemon to try to train because it is almost putting in the disobedience of Charizard with the laziness of Snorlax. But if you do it and you do it right, Slacking is a wonderful Pokemon to have, and it will fuck everything up.
You know who he looks like?
What?
He looks like Donkey Kong, who's had a rough life.
More Austin.
A homeless Donkey Kong.
Austin, I apologize for a sec because you're not gonna know this, but Bo, do you know who he looks like?
Who's that?
He looks like Big Dave.
All right,
It does.
let's move on to number 9, Austin.
That's Slacking, as you said. Looks like it's been through a lot. Could use a cigarette. So would I after this episode. Dealing with this shit. Number 9, a Pokemon that I touched on at the beginning when I talked about the gym leaders. A very interesting dynamic. Number 9 is Altaria.
I'm glad you have it in the top 10, bud. Like yeah, the cloud for wings and all that is badass in general.
It's just like the weird thing is I've seen it when it doesn't sprout the cloud wings, and it's very odd. It literally looks like it just has sticks for hands, and it's very, very odd to say the least. But it is a flying type that also is part dragon, which it doesn't even look like a dragon, but it can learn dragon moves. And I find that amazing because, as we all know in Pokemon, dragon types are very, very hard to come by.
Dragons fuck, basically.
Yes.
Good way to put it.
Yeah.
Good way to put
That's
it.
the only way to put it.
Number 8, a Pokemon that Greg took. I'm gonna put it a little bit lower than most. Gardevoir.
Okay, I don't hate it. I mean, it does deserve top 10, but I think in terms of psychics, I would argue it's probably the strongest psychic Pokemon in the Hoenn region.
You could say that. I'm just not a big proponent of the idea of Gardevoir. I think it's one of the strongest Pokemon in Hoenn.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know why. Like, I get that psychics, it's more on mind than strength, but I don't get very scared when I see this thing. And I know that because I've not even evolved my Curlia yet. So
No, see, dude, here's the reason you gotta be scared of it, because it's not trying to intimidate you in any way. So therefore, you're just like looking at it and you're trying to figure out what in the world is this thing gonna do.
Okay.
So therefore, that's where the
It's
intimidation
like a
factor
little
comes in.
sneak attack. type thing.
Exactly. That's the way you gotta treat it.
I guess I'll take that reasoning of it. Number 7, again, one of Greg's Pokemon that he took in the draft, Aggron.
Bro, I love Aggron. And in Pokemon Go for me, he knows Thunder, so it's a sneaky move that he's able to do too.
He reminds me a lot if a Nidoking was fossilized, so to speak.
I mean, to me, it looks like a Nidoking if he got metallic armor from out of nowhere, basically.
That's true. And you argue with Nidoking too. It's one of those Pokemon that can learn basically any single move.
Right.
And that's what I feel like with Aggron too. It can learn fire, it can learn thunder, it can or electric types or electric moves. It can learn ice types, which is weird. It's a very diverse Pokemon that isn't supposed to be diverse, but I think that makes it all the more deadly to have one in your arsenal.
That Birdman, I picked him in
Yeah,
the
Greg
draft.
did
I
have
don't know
him,
what
yeah.
you're talking about, but okay.
It was a good pick. It
Thank
was a
you.
good pick.
Number 6, we're gonna go to Vo's number 1 overall pick, Flygon.
Flygon is so cool.
Look at that. He has like fly eyes and he's a dragon.
It looks like it's like a chunky dragonfly is what
Yeah,
it is.
basically.
That's basically what it is.
It's weird because the first thing it evolves from is known as a Trapinch. That is literally like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's a giant, it's like a head, and then it's like a little body and like little arms, and it has its entire head's like a jaw that just like snaps open like a turtle without a shell.
Yeah, it's weird, and I'm pretty sure the evolved form of that looks like a mosquito.
Yeah, it's again, these aren't like, these types don't make any sense
No,
when it comes
they don't.
to evolving here.
That's
but
why I picked
Flygon
them.
Flygon, an interesting combination of dragon and ground, even though it's a flying.
Yeah, did you
again,
see Foranger's comment?
I do not.
He said Vo won the debate just based on his first pick.
He's really trying to whatever.
Well, he also said he loves the outfit, by the way, bud.
That's true. He did say that.
Always gotta
You look good in a jean jacket, I must say. You pull it off well.
You better
bring it back.
You better have hid your crown though, because Foranger knows where you live and he will take that crown.
I'd love to see him try.
Well, it's in a secure location being polished right now. That's why.
That's true. Number 5, a Pokemon that nobody took, which is interesting, but I think it's awesome. I didn't want to take it because I had another type of this variant that I wanted, and I got it. But number 5 is Swampert.
I honestly thought about taking it, but then I was like, I didn't want to be lame and take one of the original 3 for Hoenn, so that's why I kind of leaned it off. But I did, what I appreciated about Swampert is the fact that it also has some ground and mud attacks too, which is unique.
It is a water. It's almost like Wishcash. It is water/ground, but it can still be affected by electric moves because it is primarily water.
Yeah.
But it will just not be super effective. It'll just be normal effective, which is huge if you're going up against electric type Pokemon, being that it's water. Swampert is interesting in its own right. It's probably the highest defense out of all of the 3 starters.
Big boy, yeah.
But I mean, I think it's okay, but it's also, you can't deny greatness of the fact of how good it is non-biased. So
I do appreciate that it took the 3rd generation of Pokemon to realize that ground plus water equals mud.
well, yeah, I would hope that, but give them credit. They're coming up with like different shit like every single
I know, but I'm just saying, like, I find that hilarious that it took them that long.
It took them that long.
It took 3 generations to realize what ground plus water equals.
We're gonna go to number 4, one that I took, and I love it. It's beautiful. It's majestic. Doesn't start out that way, but number 4 will be Melodic.
Vote. Have you seen a picture of the Phoebus that it evolves from?
No, I have not.
It's it honestly is probably one of the.
It literally is like a sandfish. It looks disgusting.
It looks like a sponge with fins on the side. It's really strange.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Yeah, it's just like it
is the answer. Like I said, it's the answer to Magikarp, which is a fish that flops up and down and does nothing and evolves into a giant sea dragon that can fuck shit up.
But it's not actually a dragon, which is so weird because I would actually think that it was a dragon type, but it's not.
Well, I'm talking more of Gyarados, but
Okay.
I see where you're going with. Yes.
Gotcha.
But Melodic, it's the same thing, really. It starts off as being a really shitty Pokemon, and then it evolves into one of the best Pokemon in the whole game. So takes a little bit of work, but it is majestic, it is beautiful, and it knows how many moves that can fuck you up.
Shout out to Metalhead Moro. It's like SpongeBob with the suds in
Yeah.
fish form. Yeah, you're exactly right. You are
That's what it
exactly
looks like.
right. Yeah.
Jesus. That makes sense.
Honestly, no,
number-
it looks like Magikarp if it had the suds. Now that I think about
That's
it.
true. That's true. Number 3, another one that I took because of how it is primarily the best of its kind in the game. And I would classify it almost in that almost legendary category because it's just so hard to do. Salamence.
I appreciate it, especially because like the 2 starters that it evolves from do not look anything like dragon types at all. Like Bagon, I think is the first one.
Bagon.
Bagon looks like a little dinosaur.
Yep. And I actually love Shelgon, surprisingly, because it is just a shell with legs and it has 2 eyes that are just peering out of the shell. You never see what's inside the shell, but know that it's there.
It's
and then once it is, and then once it has all that opportunity, it evolves into this beast that is virtually unstoppable. I think that a lot of times people argued more or less of what is the better dragon? Is it Salamence or Flygon? And I have to give it Salamence.
Oh,
No,
God.
you gotta give it to
Oh.
Flygon.
I have to do shit except pay taxes and die. So there's that.
I was gonna say,
Um,
is this the dragon? Is this the Dragonite of Hoenn, basically?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
of course. I mean, it looks a lot more fearsome, honestly, in my mind, than Dragonite.
Oh yeah,
but
Dragonite looks like a cuddly dragon that you want to hug and stuff. This one, I do not want to hug this thing.
no. Number 2, Greg's number 1 overall pick, Metagross.
He is my 3rd most powerful Pokemon in Pokemon Go, and he is a badass, and I love it.
It's so just different than anything we've seen in Pokemon. I mean, it starts off of literally being like an arm.
Yep. Bedlam, yeah.
Yeah. And it just almost like an upgrade, just upgrades itself into a fortress, so to speak, of steel and psychic.
Mhm.
And it's so intimidating as fuck if you can't tell from the picture. Like it is just so it's a hard one to come by, man. And Greg, it's one of the ones I'm just trying to get it, and it's hard. So
Yeah. Give it time, but honestly, like you will get a Beldum like in eggs and stuff if you want, and
all I know is that I need to add Greg on Pokemon Go after this. So
Yeah.
that's
That's what it
and
sounds
oh,
like.
you need to get Pokemon Go. That's the thing.
I'll be out
And,
if I can
don't-
play outside.
and-
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, you can be outside. And then number 1, if there was any doubt, you're wrong. Number 1, the
Pikachu.
best Pokemon in the Hoenn region you get as a starter, only if you pick the right one. Number 1, Blaziken.
And the first introduction to Blaziken is also the coolest because it's in the Johto quarterfinals, I believe. And
Yep.
it's Charizard and Blaziken. And it was one of
Yep.
the coolest Pokemon battles that you remember from the series too, which makes it even better. And Blaziken is what inspired Ash to go to Hoenn to check it out,
Yep.
actually.
The big thing that I take away from the Blaziken Pokemon in itself is actually from the Pokemon movie Destiny Deoxys, which I loved watching it fight. I mean, it's one of the fastest Pokemon in the game. It knows fire, and it's also a fighter. So it literally knows a move that nobody else can learn. Again, with most of these starters, and what that being Blaze Kick, which is literally awesome. Its foot literally engulfs in flames, and he kicks you with it.
Mm-hmm. It's terrifying. I will give you that.
So
But again,
the fans like this one.
well,
I think it's a great top 10.
It's the right choice. I mean,
Wow.
You got Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels at number 1, basically.
Man, I would love to see this thing sweet chin music, somebody. But those are the top 10 Hoenn Pokemon. Excuse me. All of these are great. I encourage you people to please get Pokemon Go if you haven't. I know you might think it's outdated. I just downloaded it in the summer and I'm already at level 31. So get on my level.
Yeah, Metalhead Moro donated 500 more bits. Solid top 10.
Appreciate that. Thank you very
See,
much.
You need more good top 10s and you'll get more bits. That's what we're learning here, right?
You're so funny, Bo. We'll put this again on socials as well for all of you people to throw in to make your top 10 Hoenn Pokemon to see if it could crack mine. I sincerely doubt it, though, honestly. There's a lot of contenders on here.
Yeah, he's also stubborn too, so he doesn't
That's
really
true.
he doesn't like tweaking that stuff.
Did you say I don't like cheating? Were you implying that I cheat, Greg?
No,
said
tweaking.
tweaking.
You
Tweaking.
almost said it.
We know
Listen.
you cheat. You
You
still
almost
lose,
said it.
but we know you cheat.
That's fair too.
False. Anything else to add, boys? Because if not, we can set up and close shop.
I think I won the great debate. I'll throw that
False.
back out there.
False.
You gotta catch them all.
That's very true. Again, throwing this out there. Movember, donate, get researched.
Donate, grow a mustache,
Yes.
share,
Those two.
share the donations.
Thank you to our sponsors. We gotta love you guys. Union Fitness, Coors PGH, love you. Big shout out and thank you to the Intermob for this last tailgate yesterday. It was incredible. And we hope to continue to do that, man. It's awesome. Until then, you'll catch us here always 6:30 on Twitch on Tuesdays for the upcoming of what is Anarchy is. A lot of mouthful. I know.
Yeah, that was.
I was also trying to not cough when I did that. But
I thought you were
yes.
trying not to burp, but I digress on that one.
Hey, burp can turn into a cough. Who knows?
That's true.
That's true.
Burp can accidentally turn into other stuff too if you're not careful.
That's true. Very, very true.
Yeah.
Let's close it out then, boys. Until next time, see you all again. Court is adjourned.
Court is adjourned.